Are live.
Hello, everybody.
So much live. It's Wednesday night yarn adventures. What?
It is Wednesday
How
night yarn
exciting is
adventures.
that? I'm running off from my hotspot on my phone, so hopefully this stays.
Okay, the
Doing
internet
good.
looks like it's pretty good.
It seems like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Wednesday,
It is?
May the 8th.
Yes.
So much has happened in the last week.
Feel like that every week.
I will say that this week we are in Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Yes.
And we have lots planned coming up in the next few days. So let's rewind and get back to the beginning. Hey, Marlin Farm Fiber, how's it going over there on Instagram? Jazz has been busy too. She has been knitting a store, crocheting a store.
Crocheting to avoid her other projects.
So all right.
So
rewind to last Wednesday. We came to you from H&H, our hotel room in Chicago. And we were at the trade show, and we had talked about going to this video workshop, and we went to another workshop that we were less enthusiastic about. And then we hit the trade show floor, and we hung out with our friends. Great. And on Thursday, we went back at it. What did we do? I went to dinner with I went and had ice cream with Trailhead on Wednesday night.
So Wednesday night, once we were done with this chat, we were waiting on pizza, and the pizza did end up coming, and we both went downstairs because Katie went to have gelato with our friends from Trailhead and some other people.
I met a bunch of quilting people, which was super fun.
And so I was like, I'm going to take the pizza up to the room. I'll see you there. You can go, have gelato, and then I'll see you back at the room. Well, Katie just
I showed up at like 10.
Extroverted for 3 hours.
I really did. It was great.
So
it was a fabulous time in my life.
And I introverted for 3 hours. So
we all won. I mean, it was a win all the way around.
And I get to eat some pizza. Good.
I've eaten a lot later.
And so you had a great time.
I did.
We talked with our friends from Trailhead Company. The artists formerly known as Trailhead Yarn.
Whom we love. Samantha and Carol. Love you guys. Thanks. And Grace. We got to meet Grace this year, and she's amazing.
Yes, and Andrew over on Instagram.
Yes, Andrew
Shepherd's Harvest.
And Sherry's over there too. Yeah. Look at everybody showing up tonight. And Kathy's even saying hi. Hey, Kathy, over on Facebook. Man, having a good time tonight.
So, Thursday, we got up and we didn't get up too early. We slept in a little bit on Thursday.
We get to sleep in.
And because the stuff didn't start until like 9 or 10. There was a lecture at 10, and I'm trying to remember which one that was. That was the AI one that I went to, I think.
No, that was also the one we didn't plan.
Oh, yeah, we went to that one. Both of us went to the same lecture.
That was the other one we weren't like a huge fan of. It was okay.
It was okay, but we had a better time going out and seeing more of our friends. We had gotten to stop by almost everybody that we knew on Wednesday, but we had missed just a couple.
Well, we hadn't made it to the Indian Tangle.
The end of the last row, which had a bunch of our friends on it. So Thursday morning after that lecture, we got to go around and finish seeing our friends and spend a bit more time chatting. Which in the morning, like early in the morning, it was less busy. There was less people out there, so we got to chat a lot more. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
We made some arrangements, and we are excited to say that we are now the proud stockist of Road Trip Sock Yarn.
Yes.
From Colorado, and it's Herd of Cats presents Road Trip Sock Yarn, and I will show that off right now because it is stunningly gorgeous, guys, and absolutely amazing.
So yeah, we've lately we've tried to stick to our adventure theme. Yeah, repping Midwest Fiber Festival here.
Always.
Yeah. So we picked up Allie from Road Trip Sock Yarn, and this is her. She tries to do colorways for shops that she works with, kind of custom colorways,
like
custom collections. Yeah.
Each shop gets its own collection where it's like all these like local places. You go to
Yeah.
go on a road trip to that place, basically. And so, like, if it was in St. Louis per se, she would be like, "Here's a Kirkwood color," or
Yeah.
or here's the arch color, or here's the, like that kind of stuff. Like she goes to local places.
But for us, we're not in one place. We
Right.
don't do that kind of thing. So we picked up the 2024 road trip collection. And we may try to talk with her at some point in the future about doing like a, all across the nation type of thing. But for now, this is the 5 colors that we have, and they're all speckledy goodness.
Yes, this is Road Trip 2024. It's the collection, and it's called Spring and Summer Fun. This color is Are We There Yet? We have, I'm going to pull up the green one. This is What's the Speed Limit? The more pink one is I Need a Rest Stop. This one's like more pink. The other one's more purple. And then this one's melon colored, and it's called Punch Bug, No Punch Back. And finally, but not least, of course, is Cruise Control, which is these lovely blues.
That was my favorite one.
I think they play really fun together.
Yeah.
And so...
More on this.
Yes.
To come.
Yes, we'll talk more about this in a second. Okay, so we made arrangements to pick this up on Friday. And basically we were like, Allie, we want it all. Whatever you got, we're taking it home with us. And she was like, okay, cool, let's do it.
But of course we want to wait till Friday so she could sell more of it.
Right, we want her to be able to sell what she wants to. And she had a really great time.
So on Thursday night, we actually got to go out with our friends from Muse, Bob and Sarah, Muse 2320.
Who were just a few miles away from us right now.
Well, right. Well,
when I say a few miles, I mean like
30, 40, 50.
Something like that. In Hastings, Minnesota. And she's dying some yarn for us right now.
So we get to have dinner with them. We have them on the truck already.
Mm-hmm.
It was their first year at H&H. We've had them on the truck for a couple of years. They're going to be part of our Yarn Adventure Goes to Minnesota box. So that's what she's dying for us right now. Thanks, Sarah. We'll talk more about that probably next week after we debut it at the show, but we'll probably wrap it up a little bit tonight. But,
we'll say a few things.
And so we had dinner with them. It was great. We're all like really tired after the day because we were all pretty busy.
We got to celebrate though with Bob because he has announced that he is retiring or quitting or
leaving his current
job, and he's going to be full-time yarn shop husband and helping Sarah run the fiber dyeing or yarn dyeing business.
He said he's going to try and take over a lot of the other things so that Sarah can just dye yarn.
And they also told us they're moving a lot of the dyeing operations into a studio apartment that they had at their house, and so they're going to have more space. It's going to be really exciting. We're super excited because that means more yarn readily available for us and more yarn that you can shop in their store in Hastings, Minnesota. This lovely little alleyway converted into a building. Super cool space.
Which we have yet to go to in person, but we will go very soon.
I've seen lots of videos.
We have seen lots of videos and pictures.
Yes, lots of videos and pictures.
Soon.
Let's see what else we got in here. So I picked up a couple of things also from Allie. I got this, it's a set, and what I'm going to do is actually turn these into sock tubes so you guys can see all the colors knit up. And then actually I'm going to turn them into 2 sock tubes. One for us and one for the other space.
Yes.
So that's cool. And then I also got, which is the current project I'm working on, this awesome, she had a cash and carry with these adorable onesies that are tie-dyed. And it came like with a suggested hat pattern, which I'm now throwing on the floor. All right, so it had like this, it has 2 mini skeins colored that are dyed in the same pot as the onesie. And then it has a plain white skein. And it's this hat, and it's a little spiral, cutesy little textured hat. And I love it. And so I'm working on Little Swirl Hat by Whitney Ellenoff of Just a Little Loopy Designs. And this is Allie's onesie, lightweight onesie and mini skeins combo. So I think she may have them on a website somewhere. She had a bunch of them like done up, and they're super cute. So Lamb Shop may have some too.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
That's her local yarn shop. The one we just visited in Denver. That's right. So definitely check that out, and I will show off my hat here in a minute. So go ahead.
So Friday morning, we went around and did all of our ordering. So we actually were doing some reorders with people that we already had on the truck, like um, Katrinkles, Twice Shirt Sheep, and Trailhead. And so we went by all of those, put in some orders.
We already have an order in with Muse.
We already had an order in with Sarah and Bob from Muse.
We already have an order in with Stitch Stuff Yarn.
Oh yeah, yep. We went by and talked to
them.
We went by and picked up this yarn for at the end of the show from Allie. This road trip sock.
Oh, we got Gleaners.
Oh yeah, Gleaner. Yeah, we don't have them yet. We got the notification that they're shipping.
We got Gleaners, and we bought so many that they gave me this cool new laundry bag, guys. It's like bigger than I am.
It's the Brainiac bag that we've had, the wet dry bag we've had on the truck, but it's like 4 times as big.
Yes.
So we reordered all those things, and then we picked up the new yarn from Allie. We also picked up one other new dyer.
Yes.
Are we talking about that right now?
We can mention her. It's Storyteller Stitchery out of, hang on to this, Queen City, Arizona.
Her name's Melissa.
Yeah.
And so we really liked her. She had a lot of our things were Storyteller Stitchery. They were, book themed, literature themed.
They were all like genres of books was the names of the different yarns.
But one of them was adventure.
Yes.
So we
obviously had to get that one. That. So that will be coming in the next few weeks, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's really excited about doing that with us.
So more on that at a later date.
And we got to chat with more friends like Leading Men Fiber Arts and talk to a bunch of people about some really cool dates for ourselves to come visit yarn shops.
Yep.
Including one that we just went to today. On Friday, I was at a lecture and I sat next to these lovely people, Stephanie and Eric.
Yep.
And they own Amazing Threads right here in Maple Grove, Minnesota. And we got to stop by there earlier, and they had already reached out to us. We kind of scoped it out and made a plot. We'll be visiting here at Amazing Threads on August 28th.
Yep.
All day into the evening hours. We'll all be doing our live from here as well, from the store at 7 p.m.
They stay open a little later, I think till 8. So
yeah,
we'll be here till then. There's some kind of class. We haven't worked that out yet.
We're going to do some kind of class, and we're going to be donating the proceeds from that to charity, which we're really excited about. We'll be figuring that all out.
And we sort of already expected we were going to be in Minnesota for that time, because usually we sort of have a standing date with the Twisted Stitchers group in Prior Lake at this point.
We do.
For the Saturday before Labor Day weekend.
So we may
try
to also reach out and go visit Hastings and visit with Sarah and Bob at Muse 2320. And we also have a few other yarn shop connections here in the Minneapolis area.
So, and we booked a date with Prairie Road.
Yes.
On, I can't remember.
It's
August
the 2nd. Here, I can look. I'll look that up.
One of those days. Anyway, we got to talk to a lot of new people.
August 1st.
And we talked to a lot of people that we think we are going to work out some dates with, and that we're very excited to just see us in person. I think a lot of them had either seen us on social media or heard about us, but didn't really know what we were about. So it's nice to get to talk to people, and give them the elevator pitch, and then tell them what we're all about. So that was a lot of fun.
Hey, Petal and Hank. Hey. We're excited about seeing you this week and picking up those amazing boxes, guys.
So yeah, that's part of the yarn. Right. Yeah, we can talk about Yarn Adventure Goes to Minnesota, right? Or are you?
Not yet. We have to finish out the week. Okay, we're still stuck in Thursday.
Well, that was Friday.
Well, Friday. At Age and Age. So then we loaded up real fast and hopped over back to St. Louis and to YarnCom. Where it was a full-fledged knit night.
In our minivan.
We
talked to you guys about driving to Chicago in the minivan because we did not get our truck aligned.
We didn't get our tires in.
We didn't have the tires in.
We didn't have the tires in,
and I
was
we were
really
going to get it aligned. Yeah. Much more on that saga later.
So we are now excited to tell you that it was top secret before, but now it is public knowledge. We are the proud collaborators of Yarn Adventure Parking Lot at YarnCom. So what that is basically a wall of yarn in Yarn.com in St. Louis in Creve Coeur, and it is full of yarn from the Yarn Adventure truck. So it is yarn that we are having shipped there, doing things with.
All these luxury hand-dyed yarns that we carry on the truck that would otherwise probably never be in St. Louis
right.
are going to get to be featured there, and we're going to get to rotate in and out dyers and ship some things there as we have, like, not much space on here. And
Yes.
it just helps to kind of further what our kind of mission is to, feature these dyers and get them out there. So,
Yeah.
It helps. Everybody wins. Heather and Yarn.com, of course, get to share in the profits of said yarn.
Yes,
So
they do. And we're working with them to make sure that you guys have a really nice variety of things to look at there, as well as keeping it fresh and rotating through here. Some of the first yarn that actually made it up on the wall is Allie's road trip sock yarn. And so we have about half that on the truck, and the other half is at Yarn.com.
We have some 7th floor DK yak, and that is probably half of what we have the stock is there, and half here on the truck. We have 316 Dye Studio from Wichita. We have some of that baby 100% llama. Baby llama in the Bob Ross colorways.
We also dropped off some of our Texas box yarns as well as our Virginia box yarns. We had some that were just hanging out on the truck and really not getting the love they needed. And so now they're on the wall. And I believe today they got some love.
I did see
that.
So
I did see that so a couple of those went through, and we're really excited about that. Also, our alpaca merino blend from Fur Haven Farm in Virginia made it over there. And that also got some love that hasn't gotten any lately. So I'm really excited to get these into an audience that can appreciate what it is, and that we can kind of rotate more stuff through and give you guys variety as well as us.
And we appreciate Heather too, because it helps us have a shipping point and a place to kind of a very centrally located place, which is very nice.
Yes. So right now it looks like we're going to be running through there about once a month, which for you means that it for sure will be changing out once a month. It may be more often than that as we have things shipped there. So
we'll see. We're actually having some yarn shipped there now. It was a big order that we're going to split between the truck and Yarn.com. That is, it may stay there longer. It just depends on what kinds and how much and, what the response is there. So we have a lot of flexibility to be able to change it to what works for everybody.
So, oh, look, amazing thread string.
I saw, yeah.
That's awesome. So we just visited with them, yeah. But we also, so we stayed there until
Friday. Okay, so the plan was when we got there on Friday, we were gonna go on do this big reveal, and then on Saturday we were going to go get our tires put on.
We ended up staying there until like 10:30 or almost 11.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was.
Midnight is cray, guys. You should go. Just have fun. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, okay, go ahead.
And so we had bought the tires at Sam's Club. We got there, and they actually said, "Oh, I don't think we're gonna be able to put these on."
Even though they had told us.
Even though they had, I specifically talked to the guy. I gave him all the measurements for the truck, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we can definitely do that.
We can at least get the front end in and like
put the front two tires." And then eventually they had to call in someone who I guess knew how to do whatever it was they needed to do to get the tires on. They got the tires on. We thought that was a trouble, but turns out it was not. It was very easy compared to getting an alignment.
We called to get an alignment, and the place that we had picked out to do the alignment that said they could do it.
It was a truck stand. It was so they work on big trucks.
Yeah, they said they were busy on Saturday and that it would be better to bring it in on Monday. And I said, well,
10:30.
Okay, Monday 10:30. Great. We'll be there. We're gonna go on to Rolla.
Yep.
We're gonna do Sutton at Home Alpacas. We're gonna have a great day there on Sunday.
Which we did.
We did.
We got the tires on, which that was the big thing. Was the tires were kind of bald on the outside from the alignment problem.
Right.
So we got the new tires on, and we're like, yeah, it's not that far from St. Louis to Rolla, and we'll, get the alignment done later. We went to Rolla. We went to Sutton at Home Alpacas. they had an open farm day. Turned out to be really nice. There was some rain later in the day, but for the most part, the day was really nice, and there was a lot of visitors out there. We saw some of the folks that we had seen before.
Yes.
We saw some new friends.
New friends.
Um,
I get to play with an alpaca. Her name is Freckles, and she's adorable. And then
Katie, okay, so she takes off and she says, I might buy some fiber. Oh, okay, because she spends, with our, EEW electric
with our electric
wheel.
eel wheel 6.0, I have a 6.0.
We have
a big box of
6.1
6.1s, like right behind the screen here.
But she's like, I'm gonna get some fiber, and then she's walking by. It's pouring down rain at this point.
Oh yeah, it's like crazy pouring down rain because it waited until like 3 o'clock, which was great.
So like an hour before we were done. And then she comes out from behind the little shop that's there at the farm.
Oh, and I go, okay, so I want to get a bag of fiber. Like, are you okay with this? And he was like, well, how big of a bag are we talking?
How much of a bag? And she does not tell me how much of a bag of fiber that she's getting. And she comes out with this. 2.8 pounds?
2.83 pounds or 45, a little more than 45 ounces. And this is Freckles. So this is robing. It's already robing. And it is her fleece from 2 years ago. And it is milled in Iowa, Maxwell, Iowa. So, yeah, and it's absolutely lovely. So it's a lovely rose gold color. The alpaca was lovely as well. She's adorable. She's in a bunch of my pictures. And then it's consistent and lovely all the way through it. So there you go.
I don't feel like sharing on the computer, but I'll pull it up on my phone. So.
Okay. So this, I've never actually knit anything that I've spun up. But hey, there's a first time for everything. So what my plan is to spin it to hopefully around a DK weight. And I hopefully will have enough, like a 2-ply, to do some type of garment. That's the goal. And I've given myself a deadline of 18 months. Like a year to spin it and then 6 months to knit it. I think that's a reasonable goal.
I think it is too. I think we're going to have like some quarterly check-ins.
We're going to have some quarterly check-ins. I'm going to need you all to really hold me to it. But you know what I really want to do is I really want to pull out this new 6.1 and start spinning on it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to because I'm going to spin on my 6.0 because I love it and it's my favorite wheel. And so Estelle is amazing.
So if you see us at Shepherd's Harvest
and
you want to get into spinning with a
amazing wheel,
effective, really amazing wheel that you can take with you wherever you go, including living in a yarn truck. The electric eel wheel 6.1. That's the way to start.
Yes.
I found the picture of Katie with Freckles. Like I said, I know the computer's way over there, but here is the picture of Katie and Freckles.
You can see that on Instagram.
Yep.
You can see it on Instagram too. So
there you go.
Definitely go check
Katie
it out.
And Freckles.
And on Facebook. It's on Facebook too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really fun, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Really, really excited about spinning that up, and yeah.
Getting to meet.
I know it's really silly, but.
So we did that on Sunday.
And hopefully we'll be back at Sutton and Home Alpacas next year. We have not set a date for next year for the open barn because we have some dates that we are hopefully.
Next year is it's all the dates for a lot of the shows are
shifting funny.
Typewritering back a day, and so this is really early for a lot of them, and some of them shifted theirs forward a week. So there's not actually a week there where there was this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but we would like to come visit again sometime next year. It just may not be the exact same weekend.
So be watching for that if you want to come out and pet the alpacas and hang out in Rolla, Missouri. And then we might come and do another farm somewhere else too. You never know. Yep. Especially our friend's farm out in Virginia.
Yep.
We'll probably definitely do something out there.
Someday I think we'll do something.
We'll do an open barn day there. Okay.
So on Monday we were supposed to go and get our tires aligned or get our wheels aligned. Sorry.
Anita from Collierville, whom we parked in her driveway and had a fabulous day with a couple months ago. She says that she knitted a vest a few years ago from a sheep that she got to meet in New Hampshire. And every time that she wears it, she remembers the trip and the sheep. And I think that that's like the best part of the yarn adventures,
Yes.
like getting to see that. Anita also used some of our fabulous yarn to knit a cane cover.
Yeah.
Super cute, guys. Like, and it's like all vibrant. And Anita, I have some. This road trip sock yarn is like way up your alley, and it like glows in the whole 9 yards. I will make sure you guys see some pictures of that. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. That was a good story. So we went to get the truck aligned, and we got there, and they said, "I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this or not."
And we're like, okay,
we're
well,
like, okay.
know.
Well, she asked around, and
she went back there and said, okay, we can do the Sprinter. Like the whole thing was that it's a Sprinter chassis, and Evie is lovely, but she's a Sprinter chassis.
So
and
Mercedes
has different measurements,
just different tools apparently. Yeah. So anyway, she's like, there's a driver's lounge upstairs, because a lot of what they do is like 18-wheeler work, and so
the lounge was great.
The lounge was great. We waited up there all day. We were like 5 because we expected actually that it was going to take.
She said about a handful of hours, and so at a handful of hours, literally 5, I walked down the stairs, and when I walked down the stairs, I noticed that Evie was still sitting in the same spot where I had parked her.
Yeah, that's not.
And so I was like, well, maybe they had like pulled her back up, and maybe she's ready, like, whatever.
No,
that was not the case.
They had not yet started on it,
and pulled her back.
And so my problem with what happened at the shop was that when I called the previous Saturday and they said bring it in, I said what time? They said 10:30. I took that to mean we had an appointment at 10:30, which I guess sense. We did not, because they said they don't do appointments.
They don't do appointments, and they were like, "How did you get an appointment?" And I was like, "Well, you told us to come in at 10:30." The person
on the phone said be here at 10:30. So.
And so when we came in at 10:30, and they go, "Oh, there's a dump truck in front of you." I mean, I was like, "Okay, a dump truck. It'll take like an hour because alignments don't take that long."
Anyway, so we at that point we were like, "What's going on?" She said, "Somebody will be out here in 7 minutes." And it was like
25 minutes later, someone walked over and drove Ellie to the back.
And they drove her to the back, and we were like, okay, Evie, finally, we're going to get it aligned. And
we're sitting downstairs now because
we're waiting for it to be done. Another hour passes.
Yes.
And then they come out and say, we can't do this.
I go up to the counter and I'm like, hey, our friends want to have dinner with us. Our friends and our business partners need to have dinner with us. And we've been here for 6 hours now. Like 6+ hours.
So what's the timetable?
What's the timetable on this? Like, are we gonna get to our dinner, or do we need to figure out something else? Like, what's going on? And she was like, "Let me go check." So she goes out, and like 10 minutes later, she comes back and was like, "Yeah, it's like, we need to get some shims, and we need to like do some stuff, and it's gonna be like 2 to 3 hours."
Well, no, and then
more.
Yeah, and the guy said he couldn't even do all of the stuff.
Yeah, he could only do the front. He could only do the toe. And I was like, okay, this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, we can button it back up and call it good, and just like.
At which point the front desk person said,
I'm not even sure why
I don't know why we booked these sprinters, because we usually can't do them. And I wanted to be like, okay, you couldn't tell us that at 10:30 in the morning?
We literally spent all day sitting there. Hi, B. How's it going, Pam? B's Creative Crafts.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, the next day I proceeded to call. So this would have been yesterday.
Yeah.
I called a bunch more people.
Well, no, they referred us to somebody.
Oh yeah, they did refer us to.
And Dean they were like, they don't do appointments, but be there first thing in the morning. And we said, okay, fine.
I got there at 8 o'clock.
Alignment guy was supposed to be there between 8 and 9. And
I got there at 8, and they were super nice. But after about 45 minutes, an hour of sitting there, they came out and said some part had been like sheared off and broken. They didn't know how it had happened, but it was crucial to them being able to do this.
Like the extensions on the machine that align it.
How they connect the machine to the tire, to the wheels. And he was like, I've been working here like 20 years. I've never seen this happen. They didn't seem overly busy. They didn't seem like they were pushing us off.
And he took Dean back there and showed him
Yeah,
like
what
it was
going
completely
on.
sheared off.
And so,
Yeah.
but he said, I can't do it because we can't. And then, proceeded to come out to the front and say, hey, we're going to have to just tell, if anybody calls about RV alignments, we can't do them right now.
Yeah.
So they referred me to a couple of other places. I called around.
Dean ended up calling
15 places maybe on yesterday.
Almost 20.
Couldn't they, for various reasons, either the bays weren't tall enough or weren't tall enough to
They
get
don't work
EV
on
in.
sprinters. They don't work on RVs. If they do work on sprinters, they don't work on the RV versions because the dualies in the back are too narrow to fit on the big racks,
it's
and
not like
the front is too wide to fit on the little racks.
the racks that they use for regular automobiles, it's too big for. The racks that they use for like dump trucks and 18-wheelers, it's too narrow. And then if you do have all of those things, you have to have some like special specs for Mercedes-Benz wheels. Anyway, so I booked a place in Cedar Falls.
Dean went to
Iowa.
two more places after he went to that first one.
I drove all around St. Louis.
And drove all around St. Louis, and then eventually came back to meet me at YarnCom because I had gone off with Heather because I was done waiting at car shops.
So anyway, long story short, it did not get done. It still has not gotten done because we went to two more places.
Appointment in
Cedar Falls, Iowa.
Cedar Falls, and so we drove up to Cedar Falls yesterday afternoon. Stayed there last night. That's where I took that really cool storm cloud picture.
Yeah. So she needed to
also it
send that to
the wind blew really, really hard, like for half an hour, 45 minutes maybe.
It hardly rained.
Rained like 10 drops, and then it cleared off, and it was fine.
If I had seen that cloud in Arkansas, I would have been worried.
I would have been really worried. Yeah. And I was concerned. Yeah. But we were like, it'll be all right. It's gonna be fine. Anyway, we did not blow away. It's all fine. It turned out great.
And we stayed there. It was a nice hotel.
All the things.
We got some stuff done for Yarn Adventure. Yeah. We got some ice for the cooler. Took off this morning and came to Minnesota. Well, after we had all the.
No, we stopped at the alignment place. Sat there for half an hour. We rolled up, and the guy goes, "I'm not sure it's gonna fit." Yeah. And I was like, "You told us it would fit."
Yeah.
And he referred us to two more places, and neither of those panned out.
I called them, so we just.
One of them said they could do it,
but they couldn't get us
in today.
Tuesday.
Until like Tuesday or something, and we were like, "Well, we won't be here Tuesday."
So what we're gonna do is take it to the Mercedes place in St. Louis didn't do alignments, but the Mercedes place in Minneapolis or St. Paul does. So we're gonna take it there tomorrow morning and at 10.
Friday morning. Tomorrow's Thursday.
I don't know what day it is. It's Wednesday, clearly, because we're on Wednesday night.
We're on Wednesday night Yarn Adventures. So we are going to Dean has called like a total of like 30 places.
I told her
in like a 3-state area. Like it is absolutely ridiculous.
I told her it reminded me of having to cold call hospitals like 3 states away and transfer people during COVID. Like the peak during the Delta wave of COVID, having to be like, hey, hospital in Illinois, you don't happen to have any beds I can transfer patients to.
Oh man.
But it was, less stressful than that.
But. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a really fun thing. But yes, on Monday, when we were sitting for 6 hours, I did finish a test net. And I didn't finish the test net, but I finished like with the section she needed me to finish. So this is from Ellen Coy. It's called Perspectives, and it's brioche tweed. And you probably heard me talking about it before. We used 3 colors, and then I finished the wings on it. Here.
Did you send her whatever?
Yeah, I sent her all the information. Okay. It is already open, like it's already out. So if you're looking for the pattern, Ellen McCoy and Ellen Coy, and it's called Perspectives. Also named Knit How is the other name that she goes by on Ravelry. I'm not sure how much the pattern is, but it should be available on Ravelry or on her website. Cute pattern, and the brioche tweed is not that bad. I know that I've been griping about it. It just takes a little extra thought. So, that's where we're at right now. Also that hat I was talking about earlier, has the hat. So Ella is gonna look adorable in it.
And the onesie. Yeah.
And the onesie, right?
Mandatory to wear the onesie.
I know, you gotta wear the onesie with it, right? So I made sure to get it big enough for
And
her.
so today we were just like, forget all the alignment stuff.
We're
just gonna get it done on Friday in St. Paul.
And we went to the zoo.
We went to the zoo, and the Minnesota Zoo, which is like I think we've been to a lot of zoos. I think we said like 40 something zoos.
48, yeah.
And this one is like a top 10 for sure. Probably maybe top 5.
Yeah. And we've been there twice. And they have different animals, and they don't have like the standard lions, tigers, bears. Oh my! They have like bears, and they have tigers, Amur tigers, and they have Amur leopards, and they have takin, and they have moose, and they have like really cool animals that I don't get to see all the time. And they have like a whole like snow monkey exhibit.
Yeah.
Like right as you come in, and that one's really cool. Yeah. And they have, I don't know, it's just like a really neat place to go and hang out.
Like zoo-wise.
Hi, Brian.
I enjoy a zoo that is laid out in a circle, where you can just walk in and walk around the whole zoo without having to worry too much about like getting stuck off on a side path or
like the Minnesota Zoo is like it's a figure 8.
Yeah.
And there's also like this big it's the largest elevated walkway, pedestrian walkway like in the country.
Yeah.
And it loops over the entire, like it's another circle over the top of the figure 8.
And you can walk around the whole zoo that way.
And it's really cool. We did not go up there, but it was really neat.
I think the next time we do it though, we might.
Yeah, they were working on it last year when we visited. And so that was really cool to do that. So
So we went to the zoo. I bought this cool shirt. Because my life is t-shirts now. So it has an otter.
We got to see the otters, and they were adorable, guys.
It has an otter. It says Minnesota Zoo. So.
Yes, and we got a sticker, too.
We got a sticker that says Minnesota Zoo. Let's see.
And then we went to the yarn store. I got my nails done.
She got her nails done.
They're like orange. They're never orange. What did you call them?
It's like apricot.
Peach fuzz.
Peachy, yeah.
It's the Pantone color of the year. It's not a color I normally pick, but yeah. So you put up ads this week for the pie shop. We're going to be in Evansville at Be Happy Pie Company, and apparently they're having barbecue truck there today, that day too. So pie, barbecue, and yarn. I mean, like seriously, someone messaged today and they're like, this is going to be the best day ever. Yes. So
we'll be there on May 22nd.
Yes.
And we will be from, I think we put 10 to 5 on that one.
Yeah.
Be Happy Pie Company's open at like 7:30, but nobody's coming out.
I'm not coming out at 7:30, guys. I'm sorry. I have to. Yeah. But the next day we're going to be at Grinning Soul Crochet in Jackson, Tennessee. Anita, keep that in mind. Come see us. Or tell your friends. And we're very excited about going out there. And I'm going to teach some felted soap class.
Yep.
And then
and Grinning Soul Crochet is a relatively new yarn shop / art shop there in Jackson. So we'll be there and on the 23rd, 12 to 6, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are going to keep you posted on these fabulous tire alignment,
the alignment
saga, whatever this is at this point, because it's a lot.
It's pretty comical at this point because when the mechanics coming out and they're like, I've got bad news for you, like I just expect it.
It's kind of like whatever.
Yeah. So
I mean, and it's not the first time I accidentally scheduled Evie having a oil change at a Mercedes dealership that actually doesn't deal in sprinters. And so they're like, yeah, no, we can't do this at all.
But we haven't had any, any of the other things that we've needed to do, for the vehicle part.
She's a pretty
the maintenance,
standard,
just anything from the wheels down has been very.
The wheels are, we're gonna make it work though. It's gonna be fine.
It is.
What else? Do we have anything else to talk about? Oh. Did I show you this?
I mean,
Heather gave me a present.
Wow, no, I did not see
Heather gave me a present, guys. So you guys know I'm into spinning, and she carries Robin Godey's the dancing goat at her shop. And this is a Diz, and it's a cat butt Diz, guys.
I've seen those in the shop, but I did not know you got one.
Yeah, she handed me one yesterday. I'm so excited. So I'll probably be using that on my roving.
One other thing we picked up in St. Louis, we had some mail sent to Heather's house.
Yes.
And we picked up the title for Evie. So we now have
own Evie, like
awesome.
outright.
Yes.
And her remodel's all paid for, and she's all paid for, and we're so excited.
Now we just need you guys to buy some yarn.
Yes. Invite us to your driveway. Bring your friends.
Let's see. We've been on for like 40 minutes now,
really
talking
have, but there's
nonstop.
Just, so much to talk about. Oh, I cranked socks.
Oh yeah, you did.
I cranked Caberly's socks. Caberly, those are on their way to you as we speak.
Yep.
Carrie, I have started cranking your 2 tubes with the Lycra, and it is going okay.
And she's gonna message you later about asking what you want for
some questions.
It's going fine.
And I am happy to say that Sophia is still quite the cranky bitch. So there you go. That's what I know.
You even got it set up on this table here that the laptop is sitting on.
So. Like the table that's in between our seats here. We didn't show that. But I had my sock machine set up on this table, and I was cranking the other night inside the truck. So.
And we didn't even say where we're at today. We're at
I did. I said we were at
Koa campsite.
Koa. No, I didn't say we were at Koa, but I did say we were Maple Grove.
Yeah, we're at Koa campsite. We're gonna be here tomorrow night too. After our event at Monticello.
Yes.
Pete's Blankets of Hope.
Does a citywide yard sale.
Yep.
Fundraiser.
Yep.
And there's gonna be a Adventure Bowls truck there.
Yep.
They make like granola bowls and like smoothies and coffee.
She managed to get 2 trucks there that both have the word adventure in their name.
Yes.
But do wildly different things.
And I'm very excited about this. So we're going to sell yarn tomorrow, but we're also going to make warm fuzzies, which are, and it's going to be a kids craft. So come out and hang out with us. Donate.
Come out, shop with us.
Check
shop
out
with
the yard sale.
It's a fundraiser for Pete's Blankets of Hope, which it's a lady who contacted us out of the blue.
Yep.
And she, a few years ago, her son died from cancer, and she now makes crochet blankets and does fundraising for other cancer patients, and so
kiddos,
yep. And so we're going to be there at that event. So come out, see us, shop, donate to Pete's Blankets of Hope.
And then on Friday, after we get the truck aligned, hopefully, we will be heading out to set up at Shepherd's Harvest, which is a fiber festival in Lake Elmo, Minnesota. When we get there, and we're talking about the possibilities of how we're going to split up and if whatever we need to do. But when we get there, one of us will be walking around and picking up all of the items that are be going into our Yarn Adventure Goes to Minnesota boxes. We have 2 versions of the box this time. We've heard you guys talk about how you like certain things or didn't like certain things. You wanted options. We are giving you options. There will be less of them available for each option. But they're all going to have Petal and Hank in them. They're all going to have Crafty Like a Monkey. They're all going to have Cato Yarn Company. And then the yarn actually is going to be from 3 different people. We're working with Mode Knit, Lavender Loon, and Muse 2320. And those will be different based on the bag.
Yep.
Or box.
So one will have 2 skeins that go together, and one will have a sock set.
So we have options for everybody. So we are super excited
and we'll have the boxes to show off in the email this week, actually.
We will have the boxes to show off. They will also be available at Shepherd's Harvest. We will probably do a live video.
Yeah, we may do like a
Friday night.
Yeah.
We're staying with 316 Dye Studio, Jenny and Kendall.
Maybe even Saturday at the show we could do a live, depending on how busy it is. It's pretty busy.
It's usually a pretty busy show.
Yeah.
We will do our best to do a video for sure, like a packing video.
Yeah.
On Friday night, and then we'll do hopefully some more videos on Saturday and Sunday as well. We'll be here until Sunday night, and then we're figuring out what we're doing with the truck once we figure out the alignment situation. And then we're flying to Tacoma and going to see our friend Jada Wu. Jada Wu Designs in Tacoma, and I am teaching a sock class, so I gotta crank some sock hair. Yeah. Okay. Oh, can't forget about that. Don't forget, because I did.
Tanks and T's.
Our knit along is still going. Our make along is still going on. So if you are feeling inspired and you want to tag us in your tanks and tees,
Hashtag YATSPRINGMAL 2024.
Yeah.
Yacht Spring Mal 2024.
Yarn Adventure Trucks Spring Make Along 2024. And
I prefer Yacht Spring Mal.
Yeah, that's it. And it's just tanks and tees. So if you feel inspired to make a tank top or t-shirt or just whatever you feel like sharing with us, I would love to see it. We'll be compiling all the tags. We'll probably do a little giveaway at the end of it.
Someday, Katie might even make one during this.
It's coming.
Yes.
I mean, I only got slightly distracted with the baby hat. It is a really fast project. I mean, I've done this in like 3 days. Seriously. Okay. And I made the biggest size because I was like, if I'm gonna make a hat for Ella, it's gotta last as long as it possibly can. Yes. Okay. So, is that it?
I think so. We've been on for 46 minutes. That's a lot of stuff.
It has been a long couple of days. Oh, Yarn and Honey and Great Falls.
Yes.
We are talking with them about coming out to Montana next year.
I'm gonna send you an email in the next couple of days.
Yes, we're getting there. It's just been a moment.
It won't be till 2025, but
yes.
But we're
going to be in Wyoming this summer. Yeah. So we're
trying to expand out west some because we weren't able to do that while I was working at my previous job. So
we've been talking to a couple of people in like the Southwest too.
Las Vegas, Albuquerque.
Yes. So we're excited about those opportunities, and it's really good.
It is.
All right, we're leaving. Bye, friends.
Hold on, I'm checking this other comment.
Check the comments.
I think it was Alice.
Hi, Alice. It's so nice to see you. She's like coming in at the very end. We will be back at YarnCom in June.
Yep.
Sometime. Other than that, we are tired. But that's okay.
Good night.
We're happy.
Wednesday night yarn adventures.
Bye, guys.